Sir, you can't sleep here. You need to move.
Don't let your coffee get cold waiting for the good stuff. Subscribe to Coffee House 95 and keep the fresh brews and updates coming straight to you. A homeless man once found a wallet with $2,000 inside. What he did next would not only change his life, it would lead him to build a company, fund scholarships, and house people who once slept on the streets like he did. On a cold morning in Philadelphia, a single wallet fell from a pocket. What happened next would restore faith in humanity. Inside, $2,000 in cash. For most people, this would be a life-changing find. But for the man who found it, it was a test of character. Meet Robert. He'd been living on these streets for 2 years, and in his hands, he held a month's worth of meals. Robert wasn't always homeless. 3 years ago, he had a job, an apartment, and a future. Then the factory closed.
Sir, you can't sleep here. You need to move.
One missed paycheck led to another. His savings disappeared. His car became his home, and eventually, even that was taken. For 2 years, he survived on the kindness of strangers, soup kitchens, shelters, the generosity of people who had so little themselves. So when he opened that wallet and saw the ID of the owner, a young woman named Sarah, he faced a choice that would define him. $2,000. That's 40 hot meals, a warm place to sleep for a month, new shoes, a chance. But then he saw the photo, a little girl, a happy family, and he remembered what it felt like to lose everything. In that moment, Robert understood something profound. Money comes and goes, but character stays with you forever. He didn't hesitate. He walked straight to the address on the driver's license. 3 miles, in the cold, without a second thought. When Sarah opened the door, she didn't see a homeless man. She saw a miracle worker. She hadn't even realized her wallet was missing. But there stood Robert, holding it out to her, every dollar still inside. Sarah invited him in, made him coffee. They talked for hours. She learned about his life, his struggles, and his incredible honesty. Before he left, Sarah did something that would change both their lives. She asked to take a photo. She asked to share his story. She asked to help. That night, Sarah created a GoFundMe campaign. Her goal? Just $2,000, enough to replace what Robert could have taken. Within 24 hours, something extraordinary happened. Strangers donated $15,000. Within a week, over $50,000. People weren't just donating money, they were donating hope. Each message said the same thing: honesty still exists. Thank you for restoring our faith.
Robert's story has gone viral, with millions watching.
Yes, the response is overwhelming. Communities are rallying.
And Robert remains.
Local news picked up the story, then national news. Robert became a symbol of something we all desperately need. Proof that goodness still exists. But the money was just the beginning. Something much bigger was happening. Robert's life was about to change forever. With the community support, Robert got back on his feet. New clothes, a haircut, the simple dignity of looking in the mirror and recognizing yourself. He found an apartment, a small studio, but to him it was a palace. His first home in 3 years, his own front door. A local business owner saw his story and offered him a job. Not charity, an opportunity. Robert proved himself within weeks.
Welcome to the team, Robert. This is your new station.
We've heard great things. Glad you're here. Thanks, everyone. I'm excited to be here.
You'll love it.
Turns out, the same determination that made him return that wallet made him an incredible employee. Reliable, honest, hardworking. But Robert didn't forget where he came from. Every Sunday, he walks through the same streets where he once slept. He buys sandwiches and coffee with his own money, not as charity, as brotherhood. I was you, he tells them. There's hope. Last month, he helped another homeless man get into a shelter. The same shelter that helped him. The circle of kindness. Robert and Sarah still meet for coffee. That wallet sits between them. A reminder that one moment of honesty can create a lifetime of connection.
I swear that story gets funnier every time.
It really does. Your face was priceless.
Good times. We should do this more often.
Definitely.
Here's what Robert taught us. Kindness isn't a transaction. It's a ripple. Every good deed creates waves you'll never see. Robert could have kept that money. No one would have known, but he would have known, and that would have cost him everything. The truth is, we all carry wallets. We all face moments where doing the right thing costs us something. But here's the secret Robert discovered. Doing the right thing doesn't cost you. It reveals you. It shows the world who you really are, and who you really are is enough. Robert lost everything, but he kept the one thing that matters most, his character. And in the end, that's all any of us truly have. Sarah's post didn't just reach a few friends. Within hours, it spread across the entire internet. Millions of people watched the video of the homeless man who returned a wallet filled with cash. News stations across the country began telling Robert's story. But something unexpected was about to happen. Among the millions watching was a successful entrepreneur named Daniel Carter. Daniel had built several companies from nothing, and he believed honesty was the rarest skill in business. A week later, Daniel invited Robert to meet him. But Daniel didn't just offer Robert a job. He offered something much bigger, mentorship. For months, Robert learned everything he could. Finance, leadership, business. The same determination that helped him survive the streets now fueled a new dream. Daniel saw something special in Robert, not just honesty, but resilience. And eventually, Daniel asked him one question. With Daniel's guidance and community support, Robert launched a small service company. The business started small, but it was built on something powerful: trust. Months turned into years.
Great to finally meet you in person.
Likewise, Robert, I'm looking forward to our discussion.
Robert's company slowly grew, and the same honesty that once returned a wallet became the culture of his company. But Robert never forgot where he came from. So he created a foundation to help young people who couldn't afford college.
Thank you all for being here. This is the start of something meaningful. Let's open the doors to the future.
His foundation also built shelters for elderly people who had nowhere to go. And every year, Robert hires people who were once homeless, giving them the opportunity he once needed. Because Robert understands something most people forget. One small decision can change the entire direction of a life. Robert returned a wallet, but the world returned something greater, a future.
Congratulations to all our scholarship recipients. This is just the beginning of your journey. Embrace it.
Robert knew what it felt like to be invisible, to be the man people walked past without seeing. That's why his foundation had one mission: to make sure no one else had to face the world alone. The wallet contained $2,000, but the decision Robert made that morning was worth millions. Have you witnessed an act of kindness? Share your story in the comments. Subscribe for more stories that restore your faith in humanity. And remember, your next good deed might change someone's life forever. See you next time.